grown men, and they got guns on them. You couldn't tell his nose from his lip. You weren't in a fight. You were in a slapping match.
Yes.
But you beat down real bad. If you get beat down bad enough, it will bring all kinds of stuff out of you.
Yes.
Stuff that you didn't even know that was down inside of you.
My Lord.
It would bring you to your knees. And there are certain things that scare you so bad, it will bring you to your knees. And the most intimidating thing about describing that level of fear is when you see that kind of fear. And you are locked up in a building. The house is on fire. The floor is getting hot. You can't breathe. You are starting to think you won't get out of it. And you can hear the police sirens going off everywhere. And you can't get out of the room. That kind of fear that you get when you're holding a baby in your arm and you slip and the baby falls and drops and your heart almost stops beating. You don't know whether to grab the baby or to scream or pray or call 911. Fear. I mean lots of fear attacking you. And we can understand that because every illustration I gave pointed to something that you can understand.
Yes.
But there is equally an intoxicating and powerful fear that can come upon you. And nobody even knows what that fear is about.
Yes.
The kind of fear that you get when the doctor says there's a lump in your breast.
Yes.
And we want to bring you in for a biopsy. That kind of fear you get when the doctor comes back and says we have to recheck your blood test. And there seems to be something abnormal about your blood. I don't know what it is, but we're going to check it. And in 5 days we're going to call you. That fear will grip you until your phone call comes.
Yes.
And you think all kinds of things.
Yeah.
You get all kinds of, I got this, I got that, I got that, I got this. It could be just a cold. Don't panic yet. But the fear will overtake you. And those 5 days you're sitting up there and you're trying to be normal and trying to be rational and trying to be okay. And also thinking, I may not come out of this. And what will happen if I were not here? Those 5 days are the days from hell. You get a letter from your boss and say, I need to see you in my office in 3 days. I mean, one of those letters where you know this might be something, especially now. Everybody's looking for layoffs, and you get a letter, and you go, those 3 days are going to be terrible. It is the kind of fear when you were in school, and somebody says to you as a kid, I'm going to beat you up. That probably happened to more than a lot. I'm going to beat you up after school. I'm kidding. It never happened to him.
That's me.
I never did handle that well because I found out that the beating up was as bad as waiting for the fight.
That's it. Yes, it is.
So when anybody said they were going to beat me up,
Yes, it is.
I would get up and punch them in the mouth. Saying, no, I'm not going to wait until after school. We're going to do it right now so that we can get this over with. Because I would rather deal with the punch than deal with the fear.
Yes.
Do you know what it is to have fear? Fear. Fear is she is seeing another woman. Oh, that fear. God, that fear. Fear. The HIV test won't be negative. Everything in your life is on hold. You're waiting. Fear. Panic. Fear. From whence cometh? They said, how in the world could I be at one of the best moments of my life and have something this horrendous to deal with?
Yes.
Is there anybody in here who understands that kind of fear?
Yes.
A lot of the young men back in the days when we were dealing with HIV in the beginning and we didn't know what it was or how to deal with it. A lot of the young men had money.
Yes.
Had houses on Fire Island and worked on Wall Street and traveled the world and they got the letter.
Yes.
And you see them just sitting there going, I'm going to die. And none of that stuff meant anything because the fear had gripped them.
Yes.
Somebody in here could be a witness to that.
Yes.
Every time I'm at home and I get a phone call from the hospital, the fear grips me. Now what is wrong now?
Yes.
And they just called and said, hi, don't get come. And I look at the phone and go, and then I have to pick it up. But the fear is just waiting to hear what they're saying grips a hold of me. Yes. See, I like to tell you the truth. I may be the preacher, I may be the pastor, but I have fear in my life.
Yes.
And I don't deal with it sometimes too well either. But I pray to God. I look to the hills from whence cometh my help.
My help.
Anytime you deal with something unexpected, the first thing you want to know is where did it come from?
Yes.
And they said, we didn't sow this.
No.
So where did this come from? And then the Lord answers them. The first thing he tells them is that an enemy has done this. An enemy has done this.
Preach this.
Yes, Father.
Preach and teach. Come on.
He said, we didn't sow it.
How?
It comes from the enemy.
Yes.
They come because you're about to be productive. God allows them to come so that you can learn the integrity of what he placed in you. And you will never learn the integrity of what God has placed inside of you until there's something opposing you. God allows unexpected things to come so that you can learn in faith. Faith is a substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. The elders obtained a good report.
A good one.
Through faith. We understand you don't have time for all of that. Your car is sliding. It's sliding every which way. Everybody, the church folk that you bring, the elders in the back of the car, and Millie driving along and the car is sliding. And he back there screaming. He can scream like a girl, too. He's back there screaming. I'm telling the truth. Screaming. If it ever happened to you, be aware. Faith. In a moment. Faith in a moment. Either you're going to believe God about this or you're not. You have to make a decision. Either I'm going to trust God or I'm going to, either God is going to do what we do or we need to shut up and close our Bibles up and close the churches up. If God is who he says he is, he's going to do what he said he was going to do. If God is who he says he is, then what you do cannot destroy what God has done in my life. And if God is no bigger than you, then I need to stop serving God and start serving you.
That's it.
One of you got to be God. If God is who he says he is.
Yes.
You need to decide this morning, do you have faith in that unexpected problem?
Yes.
That a problem that arose in your life?
Yes.
Or do you have faith in God?
Yes.
Can you not have faith in both of them? You can't have faith. The Word of God, choose you this day who you're going to serve.
That's it.
Will it be God? If it's God, then serve him.
Yes.
If it's cancer, if your cancer is your God, then serve the cancer.
Come on, preacher.
You have to make up in your mind who is your God.
Yes.
If your love is your God, then bless God for you. Then don't come to us praying. Then serve your lover.
Yes.
But you've got to choose whom this day, whom you shall serve.
Yes. Yes.
Will it be God?
Yes. Yes.
Or will it be man? Either he is a provider or he's not.
Yes.
It is not easy for you to sit up and say that you got your life together.
Yeah.
You got your life together, Pastor. You don't understand. You must be crazy. I'm sorry, crazy. I didn't say stupid, I said crazy.
Yeah.
You're coming in at the end of my movie. The movie is almost over. And they're about to run the credits. You come in at the last 2 minutes of my life. Where were you? Where were you when I couldn't get out of bed? Where were you when I couldn't pay my bills?
Yeah.
Where were you when things like that happened? The thing that I believe God wants to show us is that in panic and unexpected moments, you either have faith or not. And some of the things that deter you from faith is that, first of all, your rationale.
Yes.
It makes you need to understand, where did this come from? Where did it come from? Second of all, your natural innate self-instinct makes you want to fix the problem. Watch out for quick fixes to unexpected problems. This is one of those things that you cannot trust your first mind to make a right decision.
No.
Because in a panic and in the fear of the crisis, you just start snatching at stuff. Maybe I could go and call or should go and call so-and-so. Maybe I should do this. Be still and know that I am God. Sometimes you've got to stand still and steady yourself and command calmness to come down into your soul so that you can make one rational decision without being controlled by your emotions. Do you want us to go and pull up the tear? No. Because in the fear and the panic of an unexpected problem, we look for quick fixes. And quick fixes will increase the damage.